inkproducts.com has released a lot of new refillable type cartridges, Black Tower ink systems for the new Brother printers. Now this one here I'm going to show in the video of this, I think we paid around $59, which is the newest Brother product that we released. These quick fill station will go right in the printer and stay in. You're actually going to fill them right in the printer. It's got a little sight window here for the ink. When it's time to refill it, you'll watch it'll drop to there. Now if you get too low, you'll see it in here. So, but you can fill it anytime you want. You know, you don't have to wait for anything. You can just keep filling it. Because what makes this unique is on the front of the cartridge, there's another little sensor besides the chip on the top. See the chip? It's got a little sensor, so a beam of light shines through that. So if you ran this cartridge empty, it would shut down the printer, wouldn't damage the printer. That's an awesome feature. And you just remove the plug and fill it up. It's so simple. I mean, barely can write instructions for how to fill it. It's that simple. Now on the top, because it does stay outside, we have the little filters. And we sell those also if you ever need any extra. But now, when you're going to put it in, you have to open the door. You're going to take the door off. And I'm going to explain why, because it's going to come about here. Now, some people don't want that. They may not want that. Well, they buy the standard refillables, put them in, close the door. Same thing with the Black Tower. You can close the door. But this type of fill system is awesome because you don't have to mess with anything. Now I'm going to show you how to take the door off. Very simple. Now, one thing I want to point out is a lot of companies selling something like this. Now, these cartridges have some features built into them that a lot of the other ones don't. That I can, because I test everything. Another thing I noticed, Epson added this little rib here to the door. So I was checking it out and I saw that some companies, they give you this. Well, they don't work. Or they'll give you this style. They don't work. Well, at Ink Products, we custom make everything when we can. So I made this one right here. Simple. I'm going to show you how it works. It's really awesome. And it works every time. But if you were to try to use one of theirs, you can't slide it in there because of that little rib right there. So that's why I said we check everything before we sell it. We test it, just like these cartridges. These are completely different than the ones of the past. There's a lot of features built into this, like the oversized micro screen, a lot of features. And this feature up front has been in all the Brother cartridges, and I like it. Even the refillables and the Black Tower has it. So now what I'm going to do is take these cartridges out. These are the Brother cartridges. Door here. I lifted the printer a little bit just so when I take the screwdriver, I'm going to slide it in at this corner here. And there, see? It's off already. But by lifting a little bit, it gave me a little room for it to drop down. Now what you want to do is work it off the edge here, and then this will come out. Now we're going to work it off. I just took that off. Now let's take the paper tray out. That's going to be out of our way. Now I'll be able to work it right off. See that? Now you save that. We didn't damage it. You can put it back in. But now here's the little slot right there. I don't know if you can see it. I'm going to get some light over here so you can see that little slot where this piece went into. Now see what they did? They added this little rib so you couldn't get this type or the type that other companies give you. It's a nightmare to get in. See, they're looking at the older models, like the ones that take the LC 101, 102. But this is a brand new model out. So they knew that was going to happen, so they did that. So now we're going to show you how to use our jumper. Before I put the cartridges in, I'm going to show you how to use it. Cut out. right there. And that's where that little piece of the front door goes in. Comes right on out. Now this is going to go right on in there. And anytime you want to reset the printer or take the cartridges out, you may want to remove this. Like I said, we custom make this, so we know it works quite well. Now the paper tray is out, so I'm going to go put the paper tray back in. Okay, now the paper tray is back in. Now on the screen it's showing, see if I can see that. There you go. Remove the cartridge. Oh, I don't have any cartridges in. But I'm leaving it out for a reason. I want to show you how you're going to trigger it. Down here, get over towards the left side. That's why we have the piece of material there to hold. And when you get it in right, okay, when you go to put it in there, you're going to get it in, and that is going to change. Going to go in that little cutout right there, in there. Just go in there, and I'm going to push it straight on in. Now watch what happened when I did that. See? Take it out. I'm going to push it right back in there. That's it. That's what you want. Then you know this is in correctly. So now we'll go put the cartridge in. Now you can put it in after you put the cartridge in. So I'll take it out. Now I'll put the cartridges in. All in. Everything's set up. Now I've used these cartridges quite a bit. So you can see it's time to fill that up right there if I wanted to. I don't have to because I still got plenty of ink showing down here. Like I said, there's enough ink in these cartridges for over a year printing. And when you get this kit from us, we give you 130 milliliters of each color. Now, in the other systems like Brother Cells, they only give you a 70 milliliter bottle, and they tell you you're going to get a year. Well, I don't believe that's true. But I know with 130 milliliters of ink, you'll get a year, if not more. Okay, now, I've got the cover showing. The cover is open. Now I'm going to go over here and take that, go in that little opening again, and I'm going to push it in. What I'm doing is I'm looking for that to go out and that to come on. You see that? I take it out, I put it in. Once you get the knack of that, then you'll have no problems. And it can only go in so far because we put a little stop, so you can't jam it in there. Let me take it out completely again. So that's why we have this little stop. That's why we make things like this. So you can go in, get it set up, push it in. As you can see, the cover's like that. There you go. Simple. Cartridge in. When you're first pushing them in, I'm going to bring this back out again. I want to show you. There's a little, I call a little membrane right there. That seals that poppet valve. That's another thing this has, a poppet valve. Stainless steel spring, really good. It's got a unique design, internal design of these cartridges. But anyway, when you first put it in, it's kind of tough to get it in because you've got to pierce it. So when you get it in, you might have to push a little bit. Do you hear it click? Okay, now it's saying that the cover is open. Now there again, I'm going to take that little jumper, slide it in through the little slot. Got that door override in correctly. It'll say, did you just install these cartridges? And you'll say yes. And it'll come out. Now remember, I had these cartridges in for, to do my testing. And they're all showing full. So we're ready to print. That's how simple it was. Now when it goes down, you'll get the warning to replace it. You can just snap it out, push it back in, and the ink levels will reset to full. Now I laid a sheet in the scanner to make a copy. Well, what's nice about this You don't have to move them or anything. They stay right there. Take the plug out. You can fill it right in the printer. Like I said, if you don't like the way this looks, you can get the standard cartridges. You can get the black tower. Now, with either one of these, you can completely shut the door. But if you want something with a lot of ink, because you're going to be doing a reasonable amount of printing, then I do recommend these. These quick fill station works the best. The printer just prints awesome. I'm rating this printer, or any of the brothers that take the LC 201, 203, 205, or 207 printers, I'm rating that 5 stars. I mean, that's just awesome. It's got so many features. And now that we offer so many different products for it. And by the way, we're using American-made ink. I want to point something out about the ink with Brothers. Brother uses a very unique formulated ink. And we have that same formulation of ink. And you've got to use it. If you use the wrong ink in the Brother printer, you'll damage the printhead. A lot of people who bought Brother printers in the past said, oh yeah, clogged up. That's because you weren't using the right ink if you were using aftermarket. Because I've tested this printer, or not maybe this one here, but other ones, for weeks on end without using it, and it always printed. And you don't have to worry about waste box, maintenance box. You don't have to worry about none of that stuff that you'll get with an Epson. So go to inkproducts.com.